Give me your money.
As many of you probably have seen, there was recently a nerf to Gojo, so that made me wonder, is it still any good? So I decided to ask you, the community. And the conclusion you guys came to was that it is slightly above average, but nothing insane. But then that begs the question, why isn't it used in the competitive scene? Well, I'm here to find out. Also, I want to give a massive thank you to all my friends who helped out with these videos recently. But let's kick things off with the moveset, shall we? Kicking things off with Gojo's M1s, one thing you will instantly notice is that the first and last M1 are extremely slow to come out, so if you're doing M1 trades, you will most of the time lose them. As for the last M1, sometimes you're better off just doing a down slam or an uppercut, so always keep that in mind. Let's talk about the first move, Red Reversal. This move has an extremely long wind-up, making it practically useless outside of down slams. The upsides that it does have is that it goes through block and ragdoll. The damage output isn't that much at 14%, so keep that in mind. The next move, Lapse Blue, is probably the best in the entire arsenal, as it is the only move in its entire set that combo extends, either off ragdoll or off of M1s. You can also use Lapse Blue to confirm moves like Fury Barrage, but keep in mind, Red Reversal cannot be confirmed off of Lapse Blue. You may be fooled into thinking that Lapse Blue is a good projectile, but you'd be wrong. Up top of the wind-up, it makes a very glaring noise whenever it flies at somebody, and it is rather slow. One of the better traits that Lapse Blue has is that it goes through all the counters in the game. So if you know that somebody's going to counter, do Lapse Blue. The final damaging move in the set being Fury Barrage, having the highest damage in the entire set, dealing a total of 15%. It's a grab move that comes out extremely fast, but it also has a really long cooldown. Since it comes out really quick, you can use this in M1 trades, as your first M1 is really slow. Instead of doing an M1, you can just do a Fury Barrage. The final hit of your Fury Barrage ragdolls, giving you enough time to confirm both of your moves, either Lapse Blue or Red Reversal. The last move on Gojo's base set is Infinity. It deals absolutely no damage and is a utility move. What does it do exactly? Well, after a long wind-up, it slows down anything and everything near you. There are exceptions that do bypass Infinity, those being Cleave, Dismantle, Malevolent Shrine, and Toji's ultimate. Due to it not allowing anyone to move or hit you, it's a great combo extender after a down slam or a Lapse Blue. If you do it after a Lapse Blue, it's 100% guaranteed every single time. Let's quickly talk about the ultimate as well. The first move is Ultimate Red Reversal. It's a large AoE attack dealing a quarter of someone's health. It's unblockable and basically undodgeable. Do keep in mind, it can be cancelled, but it comes out really quick. You can also hold Red Reversal so it comes out late. This is particularly useful against people who like to dash a lot, so you can bait it out. Next up is Palm Strike, which I don't really have anything to say about. It's a grab move which also does a quarter of someone's health. It does not go through block, so you need to confirm it off of M1s. And now we get to the juicy part of the ultimate, the domain expansion. Once someone's caught inside of the domain expansion, it slows them down to a halt. Do keep in mind, they can still dash away from you. While you are inside of the domain expansion, you gain invincibility. This makes it extremely useful for avoiding fire arrows, pure love, and hollow purples. Speaking of hollow purple, it's Gojo's last move. Upon use, it completely depletes your ultimate meter. For this, you get a hit scan one-shot projectile. Yeah, it's pretty goddamn good if I say so myself. Alright, let's conclude this and move on to the next section. Alright, let's talk strategies. Regardless of the nerf, Infinity is still the main way to get damage off of combos. One thing I see a lot of newer players doing wrong is just throwing out Infinity at the start of the game and then just basically wasting it. What you should do is start M1ing someone, do blue, then Infinity, then M1s, down slam, then some more M1s, and then a Fury Barrage. And if you don't have Infinity, well, tough luck, because this is what defines Gojo in the meta. If you're fighting against someone who is semi-competent, they will save their Ragdoll cancel in case you do Red Reversal. If that's the case, well, your only combo was your Infinity combo, and by the time your Infinity is back, he's going to be back at full health. Of course, you could try to make them waste your Ragdoll cancel, but at that point you will be dashing back and forth until one of you hits your M1s. And a lot of the time, it won't be you. Now, let's talk about Gojo in 2v2s. And let me tell you, it's really good. The thing that definitely carries Gojo in 2v2s is Lapse Blue. For example, if you're being chased, you can throw a Lapse Blue behind you, where it forces them to either block or dash forward. Another great example in 2v2s is if your teammate is being comboed, you can either throw Lapse Blue at them or do Infinity and run between them. This will give the enemy two choices, either to run away or hold block and get comboed. Another great thing about Gojo in 2v2s is his ultimate. Specifically, his ultimate Reversal Red. You can either use this to create distance or get people who are running away from you. One thing to keep in mind whenever you have ultimate is to not hit your teammate with the Red Reversal, as it will damage him for quite a lot. Alright, I don't think that there's anything else to speak on, so let's go to the conclusion. Alright, let's finally answer the question, why isn't it competitively viable? Well, truth be told, it only has one real combo that does a lot of damage, and that is why. Don't get me wrong, Gojo is still extremely good, but nowhere near as good as it was before. But I will say that right now, Gojo is perfectly where it needs to be. The only thing that I wish they could change is Palm Strike. If they just made so it goes through block and it does a little bit less damage. But I really don't have anything else to say about Gojo, so I'm gonna conclude the video here. And I'll see you in the next one.